Today, we're gonna take realism to the next level. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another mod showcase, and today we're going to really go the extra mile on the route of immersion. What do I mean by that? Well, if you couldn't tell, I'm just gonna be quiet for a minute. You're gonna notice our footstep sounds are a little bit different, and that's because we changed them to make them sound a bit more realistic. I think they're actually the Battlefield ones, so definitely check those out if you like it. But something else we're using is something from another video, which I'll put in the top right corner, called Movement. And this is a mod that lets you adjust the FOV and also gives you some bobbing options, including some jumping bob and stuff like that, and also turning, you kind of lean a bit, just a little bit more realism thrown in. So all this is fine and dandy with just 2 mods. We're already at a pretty good level, but if you noticed at the beginning of the video, we also have legs, using gmod legs 3. It'll pretty much let you have the leg model of any and all models that you use, and I gotta say it works pretty well, although it might run into some issues with the next mod we have, which is of course the mantle and wall running mod, which by the way works damn well, not only with gmod legs 3, but of course with vmanip. And vmanip is going to kind of be the base of what all this comes down to. So we can actually just run up this wall right here. There was the gmod legs issue, by the way. If that happens to you a lot, you can obviously just turn off the gmod legs and you'll be fine, but for the most part, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. So we can pretty much wall mount and jump up. In fact, I did a whole showcase on this mod, I'm pretty sure. I'll put that in the top right corner if I did. So a really cool mod nonetheless, but we could go even more immersive. And this is the Outlast hand swap. This is going to add a running animation to your hands when you sprint. It's also going to give you a jumping animation, and all of this works so damn well together. By the way, if you don't want to use movement, you can also use sharp eye to give you that bobbing effect, but I just like movement because it's a bit lighter and you don't have to deal with some of the issues that sharp eye has. Anyway, like I said, it has a really cool running animation. I also do have some custom gloves, and once again I'll put all the mods in the description down below. So let's see what it looks like with all of this together. We got like 4 or 5 mods working together. Surely there might be some issues, right? Well, it actually does work pretty damn well, although once again be wary that gmod legs might interfere. Anyway, we can simply run and then jump on over to pretty much any wall. We can climb any wall we want with gmod legs kind of acting funky. We can also wall run, which works really well. Oh yeah, I should probably say there is a falling animation too with this hand swap, which is pretty neat. Since we're also on the topic, I should also mention there is a swimming animation. So swimming without sprint, we use one hand. If you remember Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, this is the way Link kind of swims. And then if you sprint, you'll use both. And it looks honestly really cool. Of course, as always with vmanip, you do have a swimming animation with any of the weapons you have as well. So keep that in mind. You can pretty much choose whichever one you want. Now something else that's really cool about this hand mod is you can push things. So let's say that maybe you don't like something. You can go up to it, press left click, and you will push it out of the way. Now of course you can also just move it out of the way by kicking it, but you know what? That's not nearly as cool. The box actually does get in our way when we climb certain things, so I think that's actually a good thing. Unfortunately though, you are kind of limited. You cannot move super heavy things. But that's what we got the gravity gun for. So like I said, this all works really well together. You can sprint, you can run up walls, you can climb walls. Can I actually climb this? You can run along walls and then jump to climb onto other walls. You're pretty much the parkour king. You can do whatever you wish, but something that I think is always sorely missing in some of these mods is a good slide, and that's where we have vmanip slide coming in. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think this should just be a mod mashup. Anyway, if you run and press control, you will slide with its own sound, and with vmanip, you even put your hand down. In fact, that even works with the Outlast hand mod, which I didn't think those would work together, so I think that's super cool. It's also important to note there is a crouching animation as well. I just want to cover all bases for this amazing hand mod. And of course this does work with guns, so if you're sprinting with a gun, you'll see you'll take your hand off the gun for a moment to touch the ground and then allow you to slide. And I think I was going to cover this mod a long time ago because I've had this installed for like a year, but I never ended up coming to it, so now this is the day. By the way, if you thought you couldn't get out of this pit, well, all I gotta say is think again. You could just keep repeatedly jumping off of each different wall until you eventually get to the top, in which case, you can get out. Alright, so all this is cool and dandy, and once again, amazing for parkour. Whether you're using parkour for a combat system, or you just want to have fun platforming, you pretty much have all those options covered. Because like I said, all this stuff pretty much does work with all weapons, like the slide for instance, and then of course the vaulting and all that stuff. It doesn't matter what weapon you have, you don't have to have the hand mod. But if you do just want to use the hand mod to get that super immersion, you totally have that option. But we're gonna now go to Construct to check out a few more things with vmanip. Alright, good old Construct. So, what if you go into a dark place? I think naturally you're going to turn on your flashlight, right? Well, this is the vmanip flashlight. And the cool thing about this, I think the really cool thing, is if you go into options here, and then go all the way down to vmanip flashlight, you can adjust the different kinds of flashlights that you want. So say this one, for instance, is going to have that weird kind of like chromatic aberration effect on the edge, and then you can obviously go for like this one, which has, I'm assuming at least, yeah, it's kind of got like that standard flashlight glare. And then you can just go for more of a pure looking flashlight with this one. But my favorite is the blue, just because, I don't know, it seems like it really opens up a lot. Alright, so we're gonna go out into a bright area just to show you what this looks like. And now once again, you're not gonna be able to see the flashlight, of course, but you can use it with weapons. And you'll notice that yes, you do take your hand off of the gun for just a moment. So here we are with this, press F, boom, we pull it out. It does kind of interfere with movement because it does like reset our FOV back to standard, which is kind of strange. But what if you don't want to hold the flashlight while you're using it? I mean, obviously that seems kind of annoying, and we can't put our hand down to slide. In fact, you can put this command in right here, and it's in the description of the mod, of course, but it'll pretty much make it to where you can put the flashlight on your shoulder. And now it, well, acts just like the standard Half-Life flashlight. But again, with the customization and the option to hold it in your hand if you so wish. And I think this just works so much better. You can press F to turn it off, press F again, and you'll turn it back on. It looks really cool. Alright, so that's all fine and dandy, but now we're gonna go back to combat. So here we are with the Outlast hand swap. We can press right click to kind of shield ourselves, and I think this does work with defense, so maybe if someone hits us we can see if it actually does something. For instance, a good old Metro. Oh shit, he's got a gun. Come on, man, we need the stun stick. There we go. All right, okay, we're at 72. Okay, it does about 10 damage. Ooh, it did not do as much. It's doing about half actually, so it should theoretically lower the damage by half. Yes, yep, that guarantees it. So it halves the damage you take from melee, which is pretty damn good. And then you can do some cool stuff like this. Oh yeah, still got it. Alright, so we took a bit of a beating there, so now we're going to have to find a way to heal ourselves, and thankfully there is a mod for that. By simply using the med stim. Go ahead and use that bind right there, and then press J, and you're gonna see that we now have a new option to select a stim. Unfortunately, we don't have any. But no worries, we have a plethora of different stims. In fact, holy cow, I did not know there was so goddamn many. I'm gonna regret not doing a full video on this later, but we're gonna go ahead and just spawn quite a few. Oh, yeah, so whatever that was. We're just gonna pick up all these things, and then we should be good to go. Alright, pressing J now. Oh, we've got options, baby. So we can see the name of each of these. Also, it tells you a little description about it, and it'll tell you what it does. So this one, the gangweed, injectable marijuana, my friends. 25% damage dealt for 60 seconds, but negative 25% movement speed for 300 seconds after the 60 seconds. So you kind of like get, oof. That's what it looks like, by the way. vmanip coming through. Alright, so we got that damage. Oh, actually, no, I think we died, so it reset. Alright, let's go ahead and try that again. And let's do some... Oh, we gotta pick them all up again. Alright, we want adrenaline. That's the main one. Adrenaline is going to give us 25% movement speed for 120 seconds. And that is going to be amazing for parkour, you know. Do drugs, guys. Just kidding, don't. So what if you want super speed? Well, we can go to that, and that gives us double our movement speed. Oh, but if you stand still, you will die. Oh my god. Alright, well, we better keep moving. Holy cow, that's what I'm talking about, man. Super duper speed. But if we stand still, we die. This mod is amazing. Alright, so I'm probably going to end up doing a full video on this at some point, sooner or later. But I did just want to show you guys what this looks like. Is this a healing one? No, it doesn't. I thought these were going to heal us. I thought this was just going to be like a basic standard injection mod where it heals you. I mean, we do have that, but it's so much more than that. So this one will heal 50 HP immediately, but it'll overheal up to 25. That looks good to me. We are at 125, so yeah, I dig it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all these mods. I wanted to try to make the game as realistic looking as possible without affecting the graphics, but I want it to feel more realistic. Whether you're going to be sliding, or wall climbing, or injecting yourself full of drugs, you're pretty much good to go on all fronts. As always, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this until the end. Leave a like and subscribe. All the mods are down below in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, thanks for watching, and farewell.